Hi guys, here I am just trying to finish a bit my page. As you can see, I already did most of the work and I still have a few more elements to go, so maybe it's nice maybe to finish it up together maybe. I was debating whether to show you how to color in the honeycomb because I use a book for that from Helen Ellison, I think. But then again, I don't want to spoil her secrets. So maybe I will just finish off the little pots or jars of honey with you, and I will finish the remaining honeycombs by myself. I'm using Caran Luminance. I have here a whole kit of stumps, small ones. You can really see which colors I use the most. I also have the remaining colors here in a set. So just put it here. Whoop. Oops. Okay, and then the remaining colors I have here in this set, and some holbeinds as well. But here are the remaining colors. So we're going to finish this off with Caran Luminance. Let's see. I may speed up sometimes because I'm very slow at coloring. So let's see. This one is already based, I think, with this one, Middle Verdis. And now I'm gonna just add some colors to finish off the jars. This one has a key inside, but let's just work around it. I was first thinking to take the same green as I did the background, but then maybe the jar is gonna disappear a bit. I think I used this. So also the weeds here you see in the background, I drew it in myself. That was not there on the page. So I just... Oh, I also forgot that I have a scrap piece of paper here, as well as in the back, because otherwise I'm gonna have transfer. Forgot about that. Otherwise I'm gonna smear it on my hands. So I leave a bit of space here on top of every stripe, basically, because I want this like to be like the reflection of the light. So I'm gonna leave this a tiny bit open. Because the light is supposed to come from that side. At least in my mind. It comes from that side. It can come from wherever you want, to be honest. I'm also a very slow colorist, so I may take some time. Even though there's only few elements left on this page, you'll be surprised how much time this is going to take me to finish. Okay. Just darken it up a bit here, maybe a line. I know the kid's probably supposed to be inside the jar, but to me it feels like it's like stuck to it. Okay, maybe I'm gonna do it as if it would be inside the jar. That makes more sense. Okay, I'm gonna maybe give it a pop of color. I use the T-Gal also to sharpen my pencils. Okay. And I give it some color with cobalt green. The previous color I used is malachite green. I love this color so much. I already went through, like, I don't even know, like 3-4 pencils of this. Just don't want this to be too bright either, because the main focus, I guess, of the page will be on the honeycombs. So I really want these to stand out. That's where they are the brightest. And then some more muted colors in the background. So I think, yeah, the focus should definitely be on the honeycombs, but you can really make it as much, whatever you want, really. If you want to put the focus on the flowers, by all means, put it on the flowers. But for me, I think the honeycombs are the centerpiece. Yes, I think that should be. So I don't want the other elements to be too bright, except for the colors, because the colors are, you know, they're also part of the whole page. But the pots, the jars, I want to be a bit more muted. There's some transfer here. Okay, and now I'm gonna go back in with the malachite green, just to add a bit more depth. You see, I still leave the top of this kind of like stripe open, because this is where I want to put my highlight. So I'm just gonna darken up this part of the jar. Also, you don't have to use these colors. You can use whatever color you want. Okay. I'm gonna sharpen my little stop. Okay, that's better. And also make it darker in this color and then taper it out towards the other side. Oh, I forgot one more element here. The very top. Okay. I'm just gonna blend it in again with cobalt green. See some lines here. Yeah, usually what happens is that I have like a laser focus on one element and I don't see the rest of the page anymore. So sometimes I really have to stop myself, take a step back, and we're just gonna pretend that the key is inside the jar. I'm not sure if I need to make it stand out. I will think about it. This could be a detail for at the very end. I don't think it has to. I'm gonna add some now. To add some yellowish maybe. Often I also reuse the same colors that I, for example, used in the rest of the colors of the coloring on the other elements. So, for example, here the yellow could be a yellow that I used for the honeycombs. I also did it here and here and here, so it matches up. But the yellows are quite bright, so maybe I'm gonna go for this one, primrose. That is not too yellow. Now I press quite hard. final last time, I will just go over to deepen it again, so we don't lose our contrast. Okay, and I think that jar should be ready. Okay, the next one. Let's go for this one, this middle one. And I would like to have, I already based it with orange, an orangey color. I don't remember which one, but a very orangey color. But with base, I just mean like a light layer of orange color with the pencil. Maybe what I also forgot is maybe some highlighter details. Maybe we'll take 0.8. Yeah. So I often use also these ones. The Gellyroll 7. I have all of them. Have the 0.5, 0.8, and the 1 and the 10. So maybe we can put some small details on here. I usually don't go too crazy. Very light. Maybe I should go over there. Something like this. Okay, let's move on. So I have a few more. I'm thinking which color palette would work. Because I have the one with the purplish red, which is a very nice color combination. Wish I broke it. Oh my god, such a tiny stuff. Okay, this is purplish red. It's going to give you a similar effect as the jar next to it. So I will just show you how to do it. It's a very nice color combination. So what I use is purplish red. So it's basically just a pinkish color. Any other set would work. And then I also use, let's see, I think apricot I used. I know it by heart probably. Yeah, that's the combo. Apricots and a lighter one, but not too bright because you have the very lemony yellows, but I want something more warm. So here you have the golden bismuth. And I think that's probably the combo that I used. Yes. And then I usually go over again with the primrose. So I'll first start with the purplish red. And I will do the same. I will go back here in the back. Maybe I will leave a bit more space here for like kind of a reflection type, because that's different than from these two jars, because I think these are with the same color combination. I did it such a long time ago, to be honest, I don't fully remember. But I think I used this combination. It could be like a reflection of the lights if you leave that open. So first I go in, not hard pressure, but also like kind of medium pressure here. And then I kind of taper it out to that side, because remember the light is coming from this side. And then a bit more maybe under, because maybe there is a shadow here from the lid. Or from the opening, because the honey is still supposed to go in there, so it cannot be a lid. Something like this. I don't really take these shapes, so the honeycomb structure, into account. What we can do is we can go over with some gel pen to make them stand out. But for now, let's first finish it. We can add some shimmer maybe on it. Okay, so that's the first step. Then I go in with apricots or any light orangey color. I'll also sharpen this first. So you see these colors really work well together. They blend well together. No, I don't think I used this color combination on this one, but it doesn't matter. Probably use something darker, like a darker red or something. It does not matter. We want variation on this page. Okay. So you see, I don't go all the way to that side, to the right side of the jar. I leave it a bit open. I just want to blend out the pinkish color that we just put down. And then I go here, close to the side, but not completely. And then I go in with a golden bismuth, or a bit of a warmer yellow, not a cold yellow. And then I go over lights, because otherwise it's going to be very flashy. You can already see it. It's a very yellowish color. I want to mute that down a bit. Okay, so I went over a very light layer. You can see it adds a lot of color from the first go. And now I'm going to go back in with the purplish pink, making the contrast here. Again, exaggerating under the lid, or where the lid is supposed to be, because this might cast a shadow here. And then also on the bottom of the jar, I also like to go a bit darker. Okay. Okay, that looks good to me. Let's go back in with the apricot. Very lightly go over, because you don't want to completely wash out the pinkish color. Very lightly go over the transition phase, or the transition zone, not phase. Okay. I also go lightly here. I'm also go lightly here on the other side, because this could be a reflection. I'm gonna make it into a reflection. Okay. Still, I feel this yellow here is a bit too bright for my liking. Ooh, I have some green on here with this pencil. I'm just clean it off. No? Yeah. And I'm gonna go over this to mute it down. And I go mostly over this side, because I don't want to wash out the colors on the other side. Look over on this side, and it's more muted already. And this feels better to me. You can also lightly go over the other side. Yes, I think that's it. What's going on? Ah, okay. And then we still have here these lids to go. So I'm gonna go again with the purplish pink. Not completely to the top, just this part. Medium pressure. And then I go in with the apricot. Also go over with lighter pressure. And then very lightly the yellow. And then I go over with the primrose. Okay. And then I'm using a bit of vibrancy, so I go back in. On this side mostly, yeah. And I think that is about it. Just touching up a bit. Because I don't want it to look too yellow. Okay. Not sure yet what I'm gonna do with the honeycomb structure in here. If I'm gonna maybe use some gel pen to highlight it or not. Okay, let me try something. If I have a good gel pen, one that works. This is the 05, the 0.5 from Sakura. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna outline the honeycomb structure. Slightly. Because if you dry it, you can go back over with colored pencil. Maybe it looks a bit more interesting. Because I feel like sometimes the details really can make a difference in these pages. Not that there's already enough detail in this page, but I like detailing. We're almost there. Okay, so now I'm gonna let this dry. And just maybe clean up the edges here. I don't want this to be in the grass in the background, obviously. Okay, anyway. Alright. Yes. Now we can finish this later. And then let's see which other jar we can do. I tried some detailing in a few. Okay, let's do maybe this one in the corner. I feel like I'm gonna take a similar color combination as this jar with the key. So I'm gonna use again malachite green. I'm not gonna touch on the flowers, just gonna, I just feel like this color fits because I see daisies. I'm just gonna add the color here. I'm now going very lightly over it. Leave some space here again for the highlight. And now I'm gonna darken this up in the corner. The thing is also, like, I have worked in this book so often, I have so many pages done, and I see that the paper is getting like dirty. It's a bit annoying. Okay, so here I brighten a bit. And then maybe I'm gonna go over with this green again, the cobalt green. Very lightly. Gonna leave this open. Maybe I'm even gonna use a lighter color. I'm gonna use this one, light malachite green. Just feel like this jar should have this color. Okay, like this. And then I'm gonna go in the corner or on the right side with primrose. Now I do pretty hard pressure. Yeah, it's a bit tiny maybe because jar is only halfway on there. Let's see here. Okay, and then you can see here that there is some honey dripping over the jar. So I already based this, I think also with the apricots. So usually when you have these kind of drips, I'm gonna take a darker color maybe here. I don't want to use the same orange because I think it's very bright, so maybe something more muted like burnt ochre. I'm gonna quickly check. Yeah, maybe burnt ochre is fine. And then I usually go in here and the tip, make it a bit darker. Not the whole thing, just, you know, leave that side again. The right side's empty. So here. And maybe on the top I will be going over with some, with some cornelian. That's very bright orange. That's the orange I used for the honeycombs as well. I'm just gonna go over here. Okay. I'm gonna go back over with apricots on the right side of the drips and on the top. And maybe go over again with some burnt ochre. Actually, it's burnt ochre. Don't want to mess it up, but it's so tiny. Cornelian. And then some primrose again. Smooth it all out. With heavier pressure as well. Okay, and then for the flowers, I was thinking a daisy kind of flower. But now maybe I'm going to do it a bit color daisy. I'm going to use yellow leaves. Yeah, that's very bright yellow. Maybe I'm going to use this yellow. Oops. This is yellow ochre. I'm going to use this one. It's a bit more, yeah, not as bright. Just petals a bit. Same on the other flower. I think I missed a spot to go with the malachite green. Okay, just gonna make it a bit darker too. Alright, almost there. Maybe I want to fix up the petals a bit more before I go in with a darker shade. Okay, so I now colored just the petals with yellow ochre, and I'm gonna go in for some shading with burnt ochre. Not too much, just a dash of burnt ochre. Okay, I'm gonna go over to blend it together a bit with primrose. Maybe I should have cleaned. Oh, I think some malachite green in the petals. It's okay. Some burnt ochre again. Just gonna fix it up a bit. Okay, and then for the middle of the flower, I'm maybe going to use some burnt sienna, and I'm just going to target the side, so the left side of the flower, of the middle, and then leave the rest open. Actually, now it looks more like a sunflower, but yeah, we decide the colors. Okay, like this, tiny bit. Light pressure, and then I'm just gonna go in with maybe some primrose again. Primrose over the whole middle, and then again with some burnt sienna, make it a bit darker. Okay, and there you have it. These are the flowers, and again I'm gonna finish off with some gel pen. Just gonna outline the flowers with the gel pen. Give them something extra. And then here as well. Okay, that's it. And forgot here. So the drop, we're gonna make some bit of highlights. Like this. And then also here in the bottom of the drip, I'm just gonna give it a highlight. Here as well. Okay, that's sufficient, I think. I'm also maybe gonna remove the black line with this. Very carefully. Indeed. The black outline of the honey seems a bit harsh on this page. So indeed, maybe we should remove it. And also because honey is not always, of course, but sometimes translucent. So it doesn't make any sense for it to have a hard line. And I just realized we missed one. We missed a drop here. Hey, let's fix it up. I just put some cornelian over it, just a tiny drop. And we're gonna do the same, go around it. Covering with the black lines. Okay, and now what I'm gonna do is just finish off these two jars because I don't want the white to stand out like this. So we're gonna maybe go over it. So maybe we can go back to this one. Let's go back first to this one. And now what you're gonna do is just gonna go over it, and then the white will be less. Like you're coloring on top of the gel pen basically. Now the white is less noticeable. Otherwise the white sometimes stands out or too much and I don't like it. Now it just looks like it's the glass that has texture. You can see just, I don't press too hard, just lightly go over it and you can see the color grabs onto it. Like this. And now it looks like the glass has a texture. Like this. Okay, I think that's it. Alright. And now what I'm gonna do, I think I already did for the other jars, is I'm gonna use some white to outline the jar because I don't want to use the white outline because sometimes that's a bit harsh. So for the outline of the jar, I'm gonna use just a white pencil. I usually use the one of, oh, I got it here. Yeah, just plain white. I'm just gonna sharpen it a bit. Like this, sharpen it. And now I'm gonna go over so that the black line slightly disappears. It's not gone, it's just more muted. And I feel like it fits this page. So if you wanna get rid of your black outlines and you don't have a gel pen, you can definitely use this method and it works also very well. Like this. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same for this one. The outline. To disappear. Okay, yes. And maybe I'm also going to do the same for this one. Just go over. Okay, so the only thing now I still want to do is also go over the honey. Very lightly. Don't want to disrupt the highlights either. So very lightly go over. So just not too obvious. But you have to let the gel pen sufficiently dry, I think, for this. And then I still want to go over the petals maybe too. Over the gel pen. Okay, and then also with the burnt sienna, I'm gonna go very lightly over the middle. Okay, And I think that's it. And I think I'm gonna have to end the video here because I see that my battery is about to die. So I hope you enjoyed this and see you guys next time. Bye!